gloves are coming off.
Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable.
We're about to go full court press.
Oh, a spectacular move by Michael Jordan.
It's time to play ball.
Malone looking for his first hit of the year. He drives one. Deep left field. That goes Upton. Back near the wall. It's out of here. Bartolo has done it. The impossible has happened.
Listen in as we tackle everything in the world of sports right now.
Stay off the weed.
Throw your hat in the ring at 516-572-7440. This is WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Good afternoon to New York and beyond. You are tuned into WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. A very happy Friday to you from your host for today, Joshua Umahi. With me, I have Matt Leonard.
Happy Friday, Josh.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
We got baseball in the studio. This is great. Philly fanatics messing with people on TV. This is wonderful.
We've brought it up a few times already this week, but this TV
We bring it up every day.
it's just, I love it so much.
It makes us look so professional.
Yeah, right?
You know, we got the setup, we got the background, we got the WHPC background.
Yeah.
It's like whoever came up with this design, like they're like the Da Vinci of radio. You know,
Da Vinci of radio.
Yeah, that's why I call Sean such a great guy.
Sean's the Da Vinci of radio.
Da Vinci of radio. You know.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And Oppenheimer, how you doing?
Good. I'm glad I don't have the loudmouth right next to me.
Wow.
Oh yeah, he's calling in.
He will be here at some
He's
point.
calling in.
He had to retreat to Florida. He couldn't take the heat. He couldn't take the heat, so he went into the heat. He went into Florida.
He couldn't take the heat,
All right,
yeah.
so
all
he
right.
went into the heat.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
Who else is here, Josh?
So with Davis, I wonder why doesn't he want to go on Zoom and talk to us from Zoom on Florida?
He's on the beach.
He's on vacation, bro.
That man probably got a Corona in his hand right now with some lime, chilling, relaxing.
Exactly. And you want to just take away from his joy and have him call into his day job. Come on now. Our friend Anthony Deus is not here with us. But
He's in Florida.
as usual on Fridays, we have Gina Halstead as well. How we doing, Gina?
Woo! What time is it? It's game time. What time is it? It's game time.
All right.
Happy Friday, y'all.
I love you.
The highest ratings day for the shows. I mean, for the highest rating day for Sports Talk.
And you know this, man.
Absolutely.
I love how we don't have
Without a
access to the ratings and Ben does. That's the best thing. Like,
Well, it's funny. 'cause
Sean doesn't even know the ratings, and you know the ratings.
I told my grandma, who's 98 years old, I was talking to her, and she was asking me. She asked me, "How's the radio going?" This is last night, and I told her, I said, before I went on this show, when I told her, explained to her, this Facebook Live, she doesn't exactly know what Facebook is, but I explained to her Facebook Live, and I said that before I was on, Facebook Live was around 4 people watching, and now I told her it went, like in the Bible, they say something multiplies by 100, because she's very religious, so I said, it multiplied by 400 when I went on WHPC.
Okay.
Put the caller on. I think I know who it is.
He's
Put the
lying
caller
to his
on.
grandma, y'all.
We have a caller already. Caller, you're on WHPC Sports Talk. What's up?
I mean, he couldn't even go.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it's embarrassing. He's calling me the loudmouth, yet he can't keep his mouth quiet for a second.
What's up, Anthony? What's up, Anthony?
Comments from the Florida gallery.
I just am leaving JFK now. Well,
Oh, wow.
Oh, so you're a New York kid now. You're a New York kid. You think
can you turn off his microphone so I can?
Oh, man. It's nice
I
to hear
want to
from you,
give
though.
props to actually Ben's team, Duke. A very impressive win last night. I think they will make it to the Final Four, but will lose to Houston, unfortunately, because let's go.
You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind.
Mine, where's the guy who can't keep his mouth shut out of his
Oh, you want to talk about that. But I was so inspired by Duke's performance last night. I think they're going to beat Arkansas. I think
that's a given. That's a given. They'll beat Arkansas.
Yeah, I think they're going to make it to the Final Four, and they're going to get past the Final Four. They're going to make it to the championship game, and I think Duke is going to win it all this year for Coach K's last year.
Imagine.
I think
Well, that'd be a storybook ending.
You don't have to imagine. Just wait and see it happen. Just watch it happen. You don't have to imagine anymore.
Another Ben Stradamus moment.
Absolutely.
Well, I just wanted to call up and say hello. I mean,
Yes.
I could only take 2 minutes of him, and I'm just done.
Yeah.
We miss you,
We
Ed.
came up
I'm on
with.
vacation. I'm decompressing, and like he just can't keep his mouth shut.
We
so.
came up-
Will
we
you
came
be
up
back
with-
on Tuesday, Anthony?
I will.
Yes,
I'll
okay.
be back on next Friday to.
We came up with Deus vocabulary with instead of
No,
We
no,
didn't-
don't
we
do
did not
this.
come up
No,
with that. Be
without
careful
we.
with that we
Like
word.
Not a we.
He said, no, we ain't friends.
No, I said like he would make his own country be Deuzia.
Stop. We're not doing it on the air.
We're not
Again,
doing this.
We're not going to air out the group chat on the air.
No, we're not.
Anyways,
the Earth-
Ben,
the
just one
Earth
last thing for Ben.
will come day
One
Earth.
last thing for Ben. One last thing for Ben. All right.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Was it
I'm waiting.
I knew he was going to do that.
Very, very fitting. Good to hear from Anthony Deus.
That's hilarious.
Hear him
The
Tuesday.
sound is perfect.
Tuesday through Friday. He's on Sports Talk, right?
Tuesday through Friday,
Yeah,
yeah.
can't wait to see him back here on Tuesday. We got a lot to get to.
Yeah.
Very happy to have that first caller of the day. If you want to call up, contribute to the conversation, 516-572-7440. Have a lot to get to today. NBA general landscape, March Madness. If you watched the games yesterday, Anthony alluded to it. Really crazy outcomes. But we're going to start with the local basketball teams.
Can I talk about the Knicks? Because that's why I came in with prepare with my notes.
Well, we're not. We're going to start with the Nets.
We will get to the Knicks.
Trying to take over my show.
all right,
Ben.
fine.
Eric is
Because I respect you, Josh. That's your new nickname, the Honorable Josh.
I like that.
Just go on, Josh. Go on with the show, please.
So, as we all know, Eric Adams in New York City announced a very special exemption to celebrities, pretty much, athletes and performers. They can...
High society.
Yeah, long story short, Mets, Yankees players that's unvaccinated, and Kyrie Irving. Yes, Kyrie, Andrew
How it's like the
Irving.
Mets, Yankees, and Kyrie Irving.
That's pretty much... And everybody that affected it, right?
Yep.
They got affected by it.
Yep.
He's a main beneficiary. He's eligible to play games in New York again. But as the Nets did not play yesterday, they got some really big help from the Cavs-Raptors game last night. I don't know if you guys saw. Long story short, Cavs-Raptors battling for the 6th seed. Cleveland lost to Toronto 117-104 last night, which means that the Brooklyn Nets are now just 3 games behind the 6th seed. So they're 3 games away from
They
getting
won't
out
get
of
it.
the play-in position.
They
Now,
won't get it.
that's very fitting because I'm going to start with you, Matt.
Okay.
Well, you already answered my first question.
Will they get there?
Are they going to make it out of the play-in territory? And what's like their general outlook with 9 games remaining here?
Here's what I have to say about this. This is a really interesting thing you're throwing to me here. So the Nets obviously want to get out of the play-in. I don't think they will. They got 9 games to play, and they're 3 games back. They need a miracle to get back into the regular, the regular bracket, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
The good news is, if the Raptors keep winning, their opponent in the play-in is the Cavs, and Kyrie can play. That's
true.
where it gets
Good
interesting.
Point. As it sits right now, I mean, we've discussed it. Raptors are 7. Nets are the 8 right now. As it sits right now, I know Kyrie's being branded a hero for, winning the vaccine war, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Shut up.
I don't
He didn't
think-
win.
I don't think he won.
He
either,
won a
but
small battle. He didn't win the war.
He may
That's
not.
actually, yeah.
That's good, man. That's a good one.
He may not have won the war because as it sits right now, he still might not play that first playing game.
Yeah.
And if you lose that game, then
Then it looks bad on him.
Wait, so how is that? I just want to ask how
So
is that?
if the Nets play in Toronto, the rules in Canada are unvaccinated athletes can't play anywhere in the country, period.
Right. Because Canada's Toronto in particular is very strict. Rules. So I think, but also I'm just asking, like, have you guys heard anything about like the reaction to this? Are there going to be protests, already about some people view it as like one standard for us and then one standard for players.
Yeah.
Remember we talked about that. Is there have you guys heard anything about that?
I have a question about that too, because you just said that it was kind of like the players get a kind of exemption if they're unvaccinated. So was that rule just for people for the sports, like
It's athletes, it's Broadway performers, and it's like concerts like the Garden or something like
so
that.
regular citizens, the mandate is still up and strong.
Correct.
Wow, I didn't know that
Right.
part.
So that's what I'm saying.
Wow.
Have you guys heard anything? Like, have there already been like really negative reactions to.
I bet.
Well, Ben, listen,
sure.
I don't claim to watch CNN every hour of my life, but
Well, Fox News guy, Josh.
oh, of course. Come on now, Matt, look at me. But nah, it's you see some conversations starting about how the rich always win out in these situations. We all knew it was going to be inevitable. I mean, we have to remember here, this wasn't Eric Adams' rule. It was
Bill de Blasio's, who Deus called Big Bird.
He's there in the group chat. We said we weren't going to do this.
He's doing it.
Sorry.
He's doing it.
Yeah, sorry.
But yeah, it's de Blasio's rule. Eric Adams inherited it, and even he said it's a stupid kind of mandate to have unvaccinated athletes or performers under the letter of the law come into New York, no problem. But if you're a resident of New York, you can't. It was just stupid and unfair from the start.
What I don't get is he was all like, oh, we're going to trust the science. And the science says Kyrie Irving could be in the same building as all these people but not be on the court. What are you talking about?
The biggest mockery of all this, and I don't even blame Kyrie for this, he pulls up, I think it was the Nets-Knicks game.
Yeah.
He pulls up, all regular, no mask, just sits courtside across from the bench.
He went to a Duke game at the Garden. Like, come on.
It's just, I'm really actually happy he did that because he pointed a light on how stupid it was.
Yeah.
And then he goes into the locker room and then you fine him.
Yeah.
So he could sit courtside with, thousands of other people, but he goes into the locker room of his team, the same team he can practice with in New York, the same team he can go on the road with. And you
it's
find
about the safety of the players,
I'm just.
They had the players' safety in mind. Okay.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
I'm just glad.
Good
it's
job,
all
Adam
over.
Silver.
Good
real.
job, Adam Silver.
Just very, very relieved it's all over. And the question I wanted to come to you, Gina, with is Ben Simmons. We discussed it a little yesterday, the epidural, which pregnant women usually get.
Yeah, for those who don't know in the room, you guys know what an epidural is? The medical procedure, epidural?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
John,
It involves
women.
women.
So, no, it's not just women. It's typically pregnant women get this when they're delivering a baby because it's pain relief, but it's a needle into your spine.
Ooh.
So it initially hurts like that, but then they inject pain medicine into your spine.
So apparently Ben Simmons got this injury from, I don't know how, he's been sitting on the couch all season.
So he injected into himself?
No. They did like a hospital or something.
Damn, he's not
He
on.
injected
He's not
into
a
himself at the hospital.
That's not what I'm saying.
No, Ben. No,
When
Ben.
you say it like that, they about the drug test him in.
Don't phrase it like that, Ben.
He's shooting himself like that.
But nah, it's apparently he got a very serious injury from somewhere, and then he had to get that procedure. And now Steve Nash is saying, oh, if we drop him right into a playoff game, we don't see any issue.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no.
Do you remember what happened the last time we saw Ben Simmons in a playoff game?
Think about the last time.
Do you remember what happened?
We remember what happened, yeah.
He's literally the sole reason why the 76ers did not advance.
Exactly.
Think about everything that happened the last 4 games of that series. Hawks Sixers. He looked lost. He looked like he didn't want to be there. He looked totally
Checked out.
And you're saying, oh, there's no problem if you just drop him in right in that same environment. No regular season games to ramp up. Are you kidding
And it's
me?
bigger. He's in the play-in. He was like what was it? It wasn't the Eastern Conference Finals. It was like the one before that. What's that? The divisional round? I don't know. Second round.
Second round, yeah.
It wasn't the first round. It was the second round. They played the Hawks.
Yeah.
And yeah, he couldn't lay up on Trae Young. I still to this day I don't get that. Trae Young's like 5'11".
It's the mental is such an important thing in basketball, and I'm sad it happened to Ben Simmons, and he has to be the poster child for that. But he was so terrified.
But there are guys that like do it the right way and get the help they need. Like Kevin Love, I think of. He wrote this whole essay. Remember that about like his mental health and everything, how it affected him. He still played at a high level.
Yep. Kevin Love, DeMar DeRozan's playing at a high level.
Yes.
Ron Artest won a championship after all the issues he had.
Yes.
So, I mean, listen, I don't agree with what Steve Nash is saying there.
I always forget he coaches this team. I told you yesterday. I forget he's there.
I will always see him as a player and one of the best passers in the game. But aside from that, Josh, to answer your question, this is why I said when trade deadline hit that the 76ers came out on top over that trade. Why are you trading for Ben Simmons in the first place? What does okay, I'll give it to you. He does add that defensive
if he plays.
Yeah, he literally if he plays, he does add some depth defensively, but the man can't shoot to save his life. How are you going to be an NBA player with today's game, the way the game has changed tremendously, to it being a mainly shooting game? Why would you trade trade for this player who's first off has these problems now dealing with injuries and off court problems. But even if he was to play, like Matt said, you saw what he did last season. Why would you even trust that? Like, you get rid of James Harden, who I'm not a big fan of anyway, but you get rid of James Harden for Ben Simmons, right? Like, come on.
But Gina, I'll say that I almost called you Ben. Gina, I'll say this. From the standpoint of on-court fit, right? Mm-hmm. The things that Ben Simmons doesn't do, the teammates he's joining, KD and Kyrie, do very well.
You're right. I do get that.
What I'll agree with you on is if you're the Nets, you didn't see this on a physical. I mean, you have to evaluate physicals when you make a trade.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So how did you not see this as a potential?
I thought they do evaluations before they even complete the trade.
They're supposed to.
That's what they're supposed to do.
This trade happened so fast. I don't feel like it didn't happen. Harden was hurt when he got traded too.
Come on, what are we doing?
The
hamstring injury,
quote unquote hamstring injuries. Like that's what he was dealing with too. Just a very weird trade. That's all I can say. It's a very good trade for both teams if it works out for both of them, if everything goes right. But we're not seeing that so far from either side.
I'm a Knicks fan, so I really don't care what they do. Whatever helps us pass them, even though it's a dream. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that I don't see where the Nets are going to be pulling forward. But if Kyrie and Kevin still continue to put up the numbers they're putting, I think they should be fine without Ben Simmons.
It's going to be interesting to see. Their next game is Saturday, primetime, I believe, in Miami on ABC. So,
yeah.
But playing tonight in Miami, Ben, you mentioned the New York Knicks.
It's going to be easy win. I'm playing. But I wanted.
Randall playing?
Questionable. Listed as questionable.
Okay.
So I wanted to just because my dad gave me this because he told me this this interesting fact. So RJ is averaging almost 20 points per game. He's averaging in the 19 somewhere in the 19 range. I forget. It's 19.9.
19.9.
So basically 20.
Yeah, we can round.
So if he averages over 20 points per game, as well as Julius Randle, that'll be the first time since 1979 that the Knicks have had two players that average over 20 points per game.
No wonder they're losing. You're like, come on.
I'm serious. And so I want to ask you guys, got 3 guesses. Each of you got 3 guesses. Who are those 2 players from 79 to 80?
I want to go first.
Who average over 20 points per game?
79, 80?
79,
Walt
80.
Frazier?
No.
What?
79, 80.
Oh, it's after him. Okay.
Yeah.
Earl Monroe?
No.
If it's 80s and Knicks, it's got to be Bernard King.
Nope.
What?
Nope.
I'm lost now.
No,
I'm out.
I swear this is not made up. Like I'm
out of this
real.
now. That's all my guesses.
Ben got to work for MSG. What they do, like the Cadillac trivia, because I'm stumped. I have no idea.
This is good.
If you guys want to keep guessing,
I have no clue.
After
Those
Clyde,
3 guys.
They took my answers. You already said no.
After
So I'm
those
out.
3 guys, I have no idea.
I was gonna go for Frazier.
No one wants to go for
Willis Reed?
Nope. Bill Cartwright and Ray Williams, 79, 80.
Wow.
And then before that, before 79 to 80, there was Reed and Frazier, 69, 70. Frazier and Reed, 70, 71. And Frazier and Monroe, 74, 75. And so since 79, 80, you've never had 2 Knicks players average both over 20 points per game. You did have Melo and Stoudemire in 2010 to 11 average over 20 points per game, but Stoudemire only played, Melo only played.
One of them didn't play enough.
One of them didn't play enough
So
games.
it didn't count as didn't qualify.
Yeah. So that's what my dad gave me. He was like, and it's an interesting thing. Like the last time we've had 2 players who played a full season, with average over 20 points per game, it's
79.
It's been Bill Cartwright and Ray Williams.
It's been over 40 years.
Yeah, and I'm a diehard Knicks fan. I honestly barely knew who Ray Williams was before I was.
I don't know who he is.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. I don't know who he is.
Yeah.
Most Knicks fans today don't know who he is.
Yeah. You know who I knew from the 79-80 time? I knew Michael Ray Richardson.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who else. And then Bernard King. So Bernard King is in there with Patrick Ewing in 86-87, but King only played 6 games.
Oh, that doesn't count.
Yeah. And Ewing, he played 63 games, but King only played 6 games.
Even 63 is a low number.
Yeah. So it's just interesting. So if RJ averages over 20 points per game, that'll be the first time in over 40 years that you had two Knicks players average over 20 points per game.
Well,
And
Ben,
look where the season went.
I know.
Right.
Ben, it's cute. That's a cute stat you got, but I still feel the need to really break this tandem up. Because look at what's happened here. I mean, Randall sat the last few games, and I know this has become the crap. Did I say crap?
Yeah.
I can say
You
crap.
said it already.
Yeah. it's already etched
Get
in
censored
stone.
by Deus.
No, you can
from
say
his
it.
phone.
No,
Stop. But this is the crap on Julius Randle show at times. And
It is. You got to admit it is. You guys almost like.
it is because it's been well deserved at a lot of points.
Is it
during the
really?
season.
He's
Yeah.
averaging over 20 points per game, though.
Empty stats. Yawn.
Empty stats. Empty stats. Oh,
Nothing on
That's what it is. I mean,
Josh
I think
is right.
I think it was TNT that put up a graphic. Players that are averaging 20, 10, and 5 this season. I think it was Giannis. It was Jokic.
Gotta be LeBron. No,
LeBron.
10, not 10.
Isn't LeBron leading the league in scoring too at his age?
30 points per game at
and,
Oh
and
my
you,
God.
and you guys tried to smear LeBron a couple of weeks ago.
I never
I mean,
tried
look
to
at
smell
look
LeBron.
at the team, the outcome of the team. At the end of the day,
How
it
is
is the
that?
team
But how is that LeBron's
Wait.
fault?
It's not. But
Who's trying to smell
damn.
LeBron?
No, the smell.
The
LeBron.
Lakers-
I don't know.
the
who's trying to
Lakers-
Smear LeBron. You know I said smear.
smear. But
The
some of
Lakers
you,
were trying to,
Yeah,
dump
well,
on.
you and he who shall not be named. We're
Oh, Lord, he about to call again.
We're talking. Talking in a demeaning way about LeBron, saying like
No,
he's,
the Lakers, not
the
LeBron.
Lakers, yeah.
Really.
Yes.
Not
Really,
LeBron.
I feel like
it's not
was
LeBron's
almost
fault.
LeBron. Because, like I said, who else do you know who's performed at his age like LeBron is right now?
I'm with you.
Besides Jordan and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I'm with you on that. I'm thinking who else?
So does this mean that
There's
we
gotta
can
be
have
more.
that
I
Jordan?
don't think so.
That Jordan James debate? Can we?
We're
have
not
that?
having that now. We need 3 hours for that. And I feel like Josh is outnumbered in the room right now.
What is he?
I
think?
am. I really am.
You are outnumbered in the room.
Are you for
Josh's team Jordan.
your
Team
team
Jordan?
Team Jordan?
Of course I am.
yeah,
Why are you surprised?
I feel
Well,
like
I thought you'd be Team
I
James.
just
Come
see.
on.
I'm mixed because I feel like I see where Josh is coming from. Because like
I do
Jordan
too,
is just
but he's wrong.
Jordan,
Yeah.
like,
Oh, brother.
Jordan
All right.
defined the NBA like
and
he was
LeBron
the guy,
redefined it.
Yeah, but Jordan made it from he made it into like a global sport. Like and in some ways, like even though the NBA ratings are still very high in some areas, like back then when you were watching the NBA finals, like in many ways that was the most watched sport. In some ways, I'm not saying in all ways, but Jordan elevated the NBA to get that level of visibility across the planet.
Yeah,
And getting those ratings, and LeBron obviously increased that, and LeBron is amazing. I love LeBron, but Jordan is like, what's kind of sad is I feel like the young people, especially people who are like younger than us, Matt, like younger than like 20 years old, people who are like 15 or even like 10 right now, like they're saying like, I don't know who, like I barely watched Michael Jordan, like I've seen a couple of YouTube highlights, like obviously, and they don't realize like how good he was of the people who watched him on TV. Like my dad watched him on TV. He went to Knicks games. Like I'm sure all of your parents or relatives did at some point. So it's like I feel like I have sympathy towards saying Jordan is still the GOAT. Like I think some people were like, oh, like LeBron's easily like he's like the better basketball player. They say LeBron is like literally like the perfect basketball player.
Yeah, if you build a basketball player in a lab, it's LeBron James.
Yeah.
Popular
Right.
take I've heard is that Jordan is the greatest, LeBron is the best. I've heard
Oh, kind of like the Rogers
Right.
Brady thing?
Right.
Yeah.
See,
Okay.
I feel like that's perfect. I feel like that's
I'd be
fair,
okay
'cause
with
Yeah,
saying that.
literally.
But LeBron's career's not over, so the book's not closed yet. So
What I don't like is even though I love Kobe Bryant obviously and his whole legacy and everything, like when people would say, especially after he tragically passed away, they would say Kobe is better than LeBron. In his
No.
career. It's like
I think the
it's like-
mentality,
it's like-
definitely.
It's like the
Agree with you, Gina. Agree.
in terms of the mentality. I mean,
Definitely.
mentality is
There's
everything.
nobody. There's no other basketball player that has the mentality Kobe had.
Maybe
He
Jordan.
literally
Maybe
set
Jordan,
out.
yeah.
Jordan.
No, what? Come on.
No.
No.
Jordan was
Jordan was crazy.
Jordan was a monster. Like,
I mean, actually, you know what? I'll say
Jordan flew to Las Vegas.
No,
put Dennis Rodman out of bed
you got to
with
put
a
some
woman.
respect on Mamba mentality.
Hold on,
Come on.
Let me say, like Jordan, like the Mamba mentality. Obviously, Kobe had that, and it was insane. It was amazing. But Jordan, he was like the prototype for that. Now, one thing I'll give, and I read this in like an article somewhere, where it said that Jordan wanted to win at everything. Like when he was playing golf, when he was doing anything, Jordan wanted to win at everything. Kobe wanted to win singularly on basketball, on NBA basketball.
That was his career, so at the end of the day.
Right. So that's I'm not.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I'm saying like Kobe was more streamlined. Like I want to win at everything, yes, but everything in basketball. Like basketball is that's what I want to win at. Jordan, anything he did,
he's competitive.
His life. That was his life mentality. Is what you're saying. Other than career. Okay.
So that's why I like to compare them like that. You know.
No, you are right about that.
Yeah.
516-572-7440 if you want to join in the conversation. There's going to be a lot of NBA legacy talk coming up. Once again, I'm Joshua Umahi, joined by Matt Leonard, Gina Halstead, and Ben Oppenheimer. I feel like this conversation is the perfect segue to what you brought up, Matt, earlier today.
Okay.
So you brought up the fact that we want to think about the best player we've ever seen in a singular year. Do I have it right?
No, it doesn't have to be a year. It could be just, okay, I'll explain.
Okay.
It could be any sport. Think of the greatest athlete you've seen in your lifetime, but at a certain like the peak of when you saw them. When you think was the best you ever saw them. Like the example I gave Josh was LeBron could be your answer. And it's the best athlete I ever saw in my life because he was so dominant. Or something like that.
I would say
that's not my answer. I'm just saying that's an example.
Can I say something?
Yes.
I would say when I was in freshman year of high school, 15 to 16, Curry.
That's a good answer. I was thinking that too.
I remember I would check the NBA app like after every Warriors game. Like even though I wasn't a Warriors fan, obviously, but like I would check the stats for the Warriors games, and I would just see like casually, Curry just put up 50. He just put up 47 or whatever or anything like, and he averaged over 30 points per game. I think he averaged 32 points per game that season. So I think 15 to 16, Curry was insane, but also I'm going to go into a different sport. I was saying baseball. I'd say 2018 DeGrom.
I like that.
And seeing and also just in a frustrating way as a Mets fan, like seeing him like pitch a shutout game. And then, the Mets was always mess up because they couldn't get in the offense. It's typical of, it's a forever, Mets stereotype is, they can't get in the offense because their pitching is so good, but they can't get in the offense. So it's I would say in my lifetime, the most amazing athletes I've seen in the sports that I follow and I watch, because obviously, there's more than just basketball and baseball and football.
Right.
So it's in the sports that I've watched, I'd say it's 15 to 16, Steph Curry, and 2018, Jacob DeGrom on the Mets. That's why I was saying.
Interesting.
But I want to know what you guys think.
Me?
Gina, what do you think?
They're all basketball. So nobody really talks about it anymore, but I think Chris Paul in his beginning when he played for the Nuggets, right? I don't
play for the Nuggets.
Hornets, you mean?
Hornets.
The Hornets.
They always, when they change, when they rebrand, I always forget what team. But it's I was just watching a highlight of him and the way he played with more athleticism and intensity back then during his younger games, and I feel like nobody remembers that Chris Paul anymore. So that was big. I didn't live through it. It was more kind of like the rerun because if you were born in the early 2000s, you got the reruns of everything pretty much. So. When I got into it and I started watching old school videos, that definitely got me intrigued with the game more. That nobody really talks about Jeremy Lin a lot. Jeremy Lin when he was playing for the Knicks,
that was
playing
before
for the Knicks.
I followed sports, but that was it was amazing.
Yeah, Knicks did a little bit with the Lakers because I think Kobe, like he always did, may he rest in peace. He always brought out the best in whoever he played with. So I feel like during that run when Jeremy Lin played with Kobe, he was great too. He made a couple of game winners. It was just good to kind of see him have that rise to it. He didn't come in with the, the LeBron hype or you're definitely going to make a mark. He actually he earned it. He grinded to be the player that he was.
Yeah, so, absolutely.
Chris Paul for the Hornets, Jeremy Lin for the Knicks and Lakers. Those are going to be my two.
You know who I want to say? Sorry, I just want to add.
No, go
ahead. In terms of, Kobe, I remember one time he talked about competition in his era of in the 2000s and his prime when he was playing, he said that his greatest competition as a wing, because Kobe was a wing, he was a shooting guard. he said his greatest competition, like in that similar position, kind of playing, is Tracy McGrady. And I want to know. I want to know what you guys think of that.
I love Tracy McGrady. I just felt the injuries killed him.
Right, but I'm saying, do you think he was the closest thing to Kobe in terms of
how they played,
and just being the competition? Because LeBron, I feel like LeBron is a small forward. You know, he's a point forward. He's a do it all. Like LeBron can even play power forward sometimes. They put LeBron in power forward. I wouldn't describe LeBron as like a wing. So I'm saying like
he's Mr. Everything, really.
Right,
Literally,
right. So I'm
everything.
saying like who else besides Tracy McGrady can you think of from the 2000s? Who was Kobe's main competitor? I would say maybe Dwayne Wade, but besides,
I can agree with that.
Besides Wade,
yeah. McGrady, I'd say more than Wade at the time. If we're talking about the whole career, Wade's obviously better.
Yeah. But I'm saying, can you think of anyone else? I'm just wondering.
I mean, great shooting guards at that time. We're saying like 2000s.
Oh, looks like we got a call.
Me on that.
Never mind. They don't want to talk to me.
Shy.
They couldn't take the heat. It's probably Deus. He got PTSD.
Call if you want to call back. We don't bite.
516-572-7440. Call us back.
I have one more. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you have one more?
Yeah, I have one more.
Go ahead,
I
then I'll
just
go,
totally
then
forgot
I'll
about
go.
Allen Iverson, just his entire 76ers career.
The whole career.
But
Yeah.
It's a long time.
He was more of a. I mean, I know he was like a point guard / shooting guard, but he was more of like a tiny.
No,
guy.
not
No, not
guarding
for that,
Kobe.
not for
Just
that.
like to answer the question overall, not against Kobe.
yeah.
I just simply because I like Iverson, just simply because we're from the same place, but that's about it. But I just so just to see somebody go from where I grew up to like making it to the NBA and being probably one of the best to ever play the game, because arguably,
he crossed up Michael Jordan.
That's an iconic
legendary,
play right there. Like that's going down in basketball history.
Yeah.
Like how many people can say they crossed up Michael Jordan?
Honestly, like real quick, I don't know if you guys saw or watch First Take regularly, but I don't know if it was Kendrick Perkins.
Oh,
It's probably
always Kendrick
is.
Perkins.
It's always Kendrick on this
he's
show.
got the L
Always
takes.
Perk.
So he was on there saying that I think he said, oh no, it was Chris Mad Dog Russo.
What did he say?
He said
Oh.
John Morant is going to be better than Allen Iverson ever was.
That was disrespectful.
And then
to me.
Yeah,
Stephen A
that's
just
crazy.
goes ballistic, and I'm going ballistic in front of the TV. Like what?
I don't know.
That is no.
I'm
you're
not calling him
insane.
crazy.
You're crazy.
I'm not calling him crazy for that.
Bad.
You must have gotten
It's
like
Allen
a.
Iverson. He has a lot more.
I
to show.
understand
He's
that.
a
Matt's trying to do his best me impression.
No. I'm being serious. I'm just saying. John Morant's in his third year? We have no idea.
That's true.
I think it's a bit, much to say that now. I think to say he has the potential is perfect. That's fine.
No.
So
Y'all better put some
how is that
respect on
different from
Iverson's
saying
name like that.
Zion could be as good as LeBron at the end of his career?
That's the same thing with the potential we're talking about. We're not saying he will be. We're saying he has the ability to if he develops the right way and he chooses to be that player.
Listen, I love John Morant, but I just need.
Ja is special.
We see special players come on.
All right,
and we
RJ's
just-
special too.
Not as special as Ja.
Come on, you got to give John Morant his credit.
Why
But
you had to
don't be
set
disrespecting
RJ
Iverson
up like that?
though.
I didn't set RJ up like that. I'm saying like I feel like we have no. Sometimes we take our young star for granted.
true.
As a Knicks fan, like I remember in the 2019 draft, they were saying, they were all crazy for Zion, like all the media was pushing it, and then the Knicks, they got the third pick, and I was like, we're getting RJ Barrett, we're getting like a guy who could be
damn good player.
Yeah, who could be a great player. So it's like. I feel like we forget about RJ sometimes and how bright his future is, and I feel like his future could be equal to Ja's.
I don't know. I'm a Knicks fan, but I don't know. Like you already see how not only the hype, but just the numbers and the comparison for not only stat wise, but highlight wise of how early in Ja Morant's career he is, and to be doing the spectacular already, like starting off, the potential is already there. I think it's kind of a wait and see with RJ Barrett. Like we know what he can produce, but we haven't seen it yet.
It's wait and see on all these young guys. So we'll see
Now
how
with
it plays out.
Morant, you already seen it. You already know you're gonna see
But
more.
Allen
Like
Iverson,
yeah, that's you got to put a little
I
bit more
love
respect on
AI.
Iverson.
AI is one of my favorite players ever, but I think Ja is special. I really do.
Iverson was
All right.
phenomenal.
I know that.
Here's another question. Speaking of favorite players,
I never said my
Let
thing.
him
Oh,
answer his
my
own question, Ben.
That's my question. Never answered my question.
Go ahead, Matt.
I got two for you. One, I thought of Peyton Manning in 2013 with the Broncos.
And you could also go 2006.
Yep.
You can go a lot of years for Peyton Manning.
That is one of the greatest quarterback seasons we've ever seen. I have the stats here. 16 games, 5,477 yards, NFL record. 55 touchdowns, NFL record. 10 interceptions, 68.3% completion, and a 115 passer rating. Oh, and 1 rushing touchdown. Throw it in there.
Was that the one where he, it was
No,
against
it
the
wasn't that
Cowboys?
one. No.
Oh, I was about
that was
to
at the
say.
Colts.
Wait, so you're telling me 15 touchdowns and 10 interceptions? I don't know the ratio, but that's pretty good for a quarterback
No.
throwing.
Not 15, 55.
A
To
5
I thought I said 55. I'm sorry.
five and a half.
5.5 to 1 is
That's
incredible.
That's insane.
I watch Aaron Rodgers every week during the football season, and I got to say, this is serious quarterback play right here.
That's what I was about to bring up, because you hear when people ask about who the best quarterback is that they've ever seen, the common answer seems to be Mahomes, and it seems to be Rodgers.
Brady's the greatest.
They don't say Brady, Gina, because
Brady's the greatest.
Yeah, they like to talk about exactly. It's like the
pure
LeBron
talent
Jordan thing.
Yeah, pure talent.
Tony
Rodgers,
Montana.
I think is better. What?
Tony Montana is
Who's Tony Montana, Ben?
he's a legendary player.
Who is that?
Tony Montana.
No one say anything. Who is that?
He's a legendary NFL player.
You mean Joe Montana?
Yeah, Joe Montana.
Wait, who is Tony Montana? Because I've heard that name
I
too.
don't know who that is.
I just knew him from the future. So
You did. I was
Yeah.
like, yo, Ben.
Yeah.
You must have bumped some future on the way in.
5 drafts from now, if Tony Montana's the first overall pick, we're like, Ben, you were right.
you guys gotta admit that's a hit. That's one of Future's
It is
biggest
a hit.
hits.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
You gotta love Future. Like you can't say he doesn't make hits.
Tony.
Like
That's not all he makes. He probably make a lot of kids too.
Oh, you have another one?
I have another one. And it's weird because I think this is one of the greatest seasons ever put together, at least in our lifetime, in terms of what was I going to say? In terms of baseball.
Okay.
But the guy didn't win MVP, which still bothers me to this day. Mike Trout. What?
Was that a home run?
Yeah, that was a home run.
Okay.
Watch the TV again, everybody.
why can't we have?
so
They
distracting.
don't want to put the Mets on. It's the Mets bias. Anti-Mets
This is what's
bias.
on MLB Network, okay?
Oh.
Oh, Mets fans,
It's because
Continue, man.
it's because they who set up the TV.
Okay. Mike Trout in his, what year is this? 2018 season.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Okay. Where is it? Batting average, 312.
Okay.
On base percentage of 460.
Oh my god.
That means 46% of his plate appearances he was on base.
That's like what Juan
That's
Soto
almost
is
half.
doing now. Yeah.
That's more.
more than what he's doing now. Yeah.
Juan Soto like a 450. 460 is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He had a 629 slugging. That's good for a 1,071 OPS.
Say that number again, please.
Oh, sorry, no, I was looking at the wrong year. 1,088 OPS.
1,088 OPS.
So yeah, the slugging was 628.
Gina, that's good, by the
460.
way.
1,000.
Okay, I'm about to
That
say,
is
what does
elite.
that
That is
mean?
that is
good
like
as it gets.
that is historic. It's incredible.
Wow.
The stat that blew me away.
Okay.
Are you guys familiar with OPS plus?
Yes.
It's an advanced metric. It's like it basically determines 100.
It's
is
unscientific.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
Show me the science for
Ben,
the
stop.
OPS plus.
Stop.
Stop it, Ben.
Your newfangled OPS
Hear him
One-
out.
plus obsession.
100. That number is league average in terms of hitting. And anything above that is your percentage above league average. So if you're 105, you're 5% above average. Mike Trout was 198 that year. He was almost double the average hitter. That's unheard of. And he didn't win MVP.
Who won MVP that year?
I gotta figure this out. Let's see.
Hey, we got to see the
That
ass
wasn't the
That's
first time he
ridiculous.
was robbed of MVP either. Well, let me not say robbed, because in 2011, I believe it was.
No, it was 2012 and Miguel Cabrera won.
2012, Miguel Cabrera won. Yeah.
Mickey won a triple crown, but
Yeah, but-
Trout was better.
Trout was unbelievable that season, and he was young too.
Oh,
was like
that's right. Mookie Betts won with the Red Sox.
That's like, I don't care. I mean, look at these. Do you have his stats? Like, what he put
It
up
wasn't
that
that.
year? I knew it wasn't
definitely was
that.
not that.
Batting average is a lot higher. But the batting, I don't care. about batting average.
You don't. Oh, so batting average is
It's outdated. I don't care.
It's outdated. You don't believe in history?
I don't know. Okay, Ben. I
repeat
believe
yourself.
batting average used to be good because they didn't have the advanced metrics we have now.
The advanced.
That's what they
Metrics.
are.
Oh, so you say what they are.
It's not me. It's all the front offices in baseball use these metrics, Ben.
They should
The
still
smartest
use
people in baseball use these metrics all the time.
and they still use batting average.
No, they barely do.
They do.
On base percentage is a way better measure of baseball player than batting average. Trust me.
I
On base
don't agree with
percentage
that.
is way better than batting
I
average.
don't agree with that. Because
we need Michael right now.
Lion
Michael
Merlo.
Michael Merlo, 516.
Lion Merlo. He always tells lies
Okay.
when he comes on the air.
Okay. You trying to summon him now?
Yeah, that's what he's literally trying to do.
I got my nicknames for everyone.
I know.
When I call them by the nicknames, they come and call angry on the phone.
Matt, to answer your question, I'll give you 2 names from the NBA.
Okay.
Miami Heat LeBron was a freak of nature. He was crazy. The sheer athleticism, and that's when his game was really coming into.
I have a
own.
better version of LeBron for you.
Okay.
It's very specific. 2018 playoff LeBron.
Oh, if we're gonna go there, then come on.
If
Now.
this is Mike,
You're gonna call from Lion Merlo.
We'll see. Caller, you are on WHPC Sports Talk. What's up? Talk to me.
Yeah, hi, this is Charlie from Floral Park.
What's up, Charlie?
I'm giving you the geezer perspective as per usual.
All right, let's hear
A
it.
couple of things.
It's Merlo in
First,
disguise.
I love your the opening. I never really get to hear it. That opening montage is great.
thank you.
Whoever put that together.
Matt Leonard.
That
right
wasn't
here.
me.
It was me,
I helped.
actually.
No, it wasn't.
It was
me,
actually
Ben.
me.
Ben, it wasn't you.
You have to open with "Let's get ready to rumble." That's just perfect.
Perfect, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
And why can't you guys have more time on the air? 1 hour, you're just getting started.
Thank you, Charlie.
Man, listen, Charlie, you gonna have to. I can give you our director's direct line.
Don't do that.
Don't be
putting Sean on
I'll be happy to
blast.
call. Now, what you're doing now with the discussion about the greatest season you've seen, that's the essence of sports talk. People love to talk about that kind of stuff. Now, giving my perspective, 1967, oh my God,
Wow.
Carl Yastrzemski.
Oh, okay.
He took the Red Sox, who were a dreadful team, put them on his back, and almost won the World Series. Came so close to winning the World Series. He won the Triple Crown. And he never really played like that again. But for one season, I just never saw anybody like Carl Yastrzemski. Now, my favorite player in the 70s was Johnny Bench. He may be the best baseball player I ever saw because he's a catcher. So you could take any of his seasons, like 72. But the guy who really went crazy was Barry Bonds.
Oh, absolutely.
It's true.
And
That's
now,
the
depending on what you feel about steroids, he was putting up, numbers that rivaled Babe Ruth in his prime. And
It's true.
into his slugging percentage, he almost never swung the bat and missed. It was
And he had a very high batting average.
he was insane.
Higher on
Absolutely.
base, Ben.
Absolutely insane. But, it's just a great discussion, and that's what you want to do on talk radio.
Absolutely.
Anyway, keep up the good work, guys. Always a pleasure.
Thank you, Charlie.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the call, Charlie. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you got it. Bye.
Yeah, I mean, we need. Because listen, how old are I think I'm the oldest one here, like 24.
Yeah, it's wise.
Okay,
You're the wise
Say no
one.
play. Say no play.
Josh is the wisest one.
I think I'm the
among
youngest.
us. He's the
Yeah.
honorable. The honorable Josh.
What's your point, Josh?
I mean, yeah, we need those older perspectives in the game. Not to call Charlie old, but it's like even NBA wise, you can go Larry Bird, Magic Johnson.
Man, I remember a quote from Larry Bird when he used to do a 3-point contest. He would go, in the locker room, he would ask everybody else, "Okay, so who's coming in second?" Do you know how cocky you have to be to say that and know like you could back it up? He did though. That's crazy.
Gina, that's why if you talk to any NBA old head, they swear by Larry Bird.
Yeah, and he's funny too. Them commercials be getting me. I didn't get-
He was insane. You can't say he wasn't insane. Larry, he was putting up like LeBron-like numbers, like in when the game was so different, and he was an amazing shooter too. Like he was a great 3-point shooter. Like before, I think it was around then the 3-point shot got introduced in '79. I think '79.
He used to put up 26, 10, 8 seasons.
Right.
Not even lifting a weight.
Right.
Think about that.
Right. You can't say that isn't like crazy for that time. It's like I feel like we just forget about Larry Bird sometimes.
Man, you can't ever forget about Larry Bird.
It happened.
Yeah.
But
It was
it's just
so
so
long ago,
before
it
our
happened.
time. Yeah.
This generation of NBA players is so great and so athletic and so talented. We forget about all these guys that played before.
By the way, speaking of that, the second name I was going to bring up, it would be 2015 Steph Curry.
Okay.
Because the way
Not
that
20
They won
not
that year
26.
against Cleveland and Warriors. That was those like back-to-back years.
Not 2016?
I think 16 was
I think it was
better.
2015, 2016 season.
like
Oh,
the-
that's what I said.
season.
So you're agreeing with me?
The way he changed the game, and we look at the centers that are playing now. I mean, Embiid, Jokic, Karl Anthony Towns, like these guys
Yeah.
that are in the paint now. If you look back in 2015, what were people saying? Oh, we got to shoot threes. We can't play centers anymore. Like that's the impact Steph Curry had on the game.
Hey,
that one season.
literally,
He spaced out the floor.
I can name probably on my hand how many traditional, like in the NBA right now, traditional big men, because you don't see that anymore.
Gobert.
Probably Gobert.
He's good.
You mean like star traditional big man?
No, just Gobert, Drummond.
Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah, just
I love Mitch.
Because you don't really talk about them anymore because of how the game has changed. Like you just said, Josh, you hear about those shooters, big men that like Cat and B, Jokic, like you said. Like you hear about them more now.
Teams either want to play small or they want big men that have a lot of skill and can shoot and everything. So
You gotta run a 5-out. At this point, you gotta run a 5-out in the NBA right now.
yeah, that's the impact he had. Really great conversation.
Last name I want to throw in there is
go ahead.
MVP season Russell Westbrook. I know now he's bad. I understand that.
Well, you got to say MVP season Derrick Rose too.
That's different. Russell Westbrook at the MVP season was one of the best players, the best season we've seen in a while.
Yeah.
That was back when he was still efficient. That bank shot.
Yeah.
No, he was efficient.
Yeah.
He,
Oh my
that-
He can shoot threes. Like, he
He
can do
can
everything.
shoot.
11
Period.
rebounds a game from a 6'2" guard. Like he was incredible.
This
that season.
this show is like the Westbrook hate club.
Okay,
Well,
you
now-
can see
now you
why,
understand
though, right?
why.
You see him now. I mean, no, he had a really good shooting game. His last game, I believe, he actually made a 3. Oh, y'all saw that highlight. We can actually
made a
say
three-pointer.
we can actually say that Russell Westbrook
Congratulations to
has
Russell
highlights.
Westbrook.
Don't
Now we're giving them love, Ben.
yeah you
We'll give him
yeah don't play
That's
with
real
don't
love.
play with Russ. Like I wouldn't if he heard because Russ is very like kind of touchy with the media.
He's angry.
Man.
Yes, he's a.
Russell Westbrook's like an angry frog when the media talks to him.
He does
What
not
did they used to
care.
call him? They used to call him I almost cursed. They called him a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. It was the
Yeah.
meanest thing ever. Yeah,
No, they call Rondo Franklin the turtle.
yeah, I remember that
That's
too.
funny.
And then they call Kevin Durant Durantula. No, nobody remembers that.
Oh my God!
I used to call him like.
What
I
did
used
they
to
call
call him. I think somebody called them like the daddy long leg spiders.
Yeah.
I actually I don't know if this was a name, but I started when I was in 7th grade, I called them daddy long legs sometimes because KD is his whole wingspan is just I think he has one of the largest wingspans in the league.
You know
Isn't it
what?
as tall as him?
Mo Bamba's the biggest. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to admit KD is he's lanky. KD is lanky.
What did they call? I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that KD is the nicknames they had for him. They also call him Slim Reaper.
Yeah, I like that
I
one.
can't believe
Yeah.
he didn't accept that one and
Yeah.
What do you
great
It's an
nickname.
unbelievable nickname.
What did they call Green? Did they call him Donkey or Shrek?
They
Oh, Draymond Green was Donkey from Shrek. He was Donkey from Shrek.
And they put the meme. Y'all remember that meme, right? That was great.
yeah.
That was a great year for
I feel like-
sports and memes.
NBA fans are just getting meaner. and meaner. Before we start
Yeah.
bullying anybody, let's get into some NFL. We're going to go quickly into the NFL and then to March Madness. We're going to close out the show with that. Callers, if you want to join in, 516-572-7440.
So I think I basically made it easily said that Lamar Jackson is. You'd rather have Lamar Jackson than
We don't have time for this.
Patrick Mahomes.
We don't have time for this.
But I got the facts to back it up.
Okay.
I have the statistics.
Ben, you said
know-
in this discussion that we had, the quarterback's main objective is not to throw the ball. I don't want to hear the argument.
I didn't say. I said it was to advance the ball, not throw the ball. They got to get the ball
What is
off
the
the
point
field.
of a quarterback?
It can. Some quarterbacks like to run. I like quarterbacks who like to run and are athletic. And I think that Lamar Jackson can really take the ball up the field by just running with it. And that's what are you saying? He's a bad quarterback because he likes to run more?
I mean,
No, I
listen,
think
I'm with you. I'm as big a Lamar Jackson fan as anybody.
Thank you.
But let's save this debate for when your arch enemies here next week.
Yeah. He's hiding in the shadows.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Josh, can we please? Yo, this is probably the greatest offseason we've seen.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Alone, yeah.
Unbelievable. All the trades and free agency and players committing to one team and then spurning them for another team. It's just been wild. I wanted to quickly touch on Deshaun Watson's press conference. They had the whole guys out. They had the front office. They had the head coach. A lot of stuff was said, and you could tell with all the civil cases pending, they were trying to play it safe, right? But I have one big problem with something that the front office, I think it was Andrew Berry, the GM, said. So as you know, Deshaun Watson, not only did the Browns trade for him, they gave him a brand new, spanking new $230 million contract, but only $1 million due this season. And the thought is they're giving him that because they expect him to be suspended. And when you're suspended in the NFL, it comes out of your game check. So if you're making game checks that amounts to $46 million compared to $1 million, it's a very big difference in the fines that you get or the money that you lose. So
it's smart, but I hate it.
Yeah, as you would expect, Cleveland media asked him about this, and he said, quote, that they wanted to save that money to bring in more free agents. Like, in a press conference where you need to be as transparent, as truthful as possible, why are you lying to us?
Why are you lying to us?
Guys, remember this. The Browns were the first team that Deshaun Watson said no to. The very first team he counted out during the whole negotiations. So what the Browns did is that they kissed the ring. They kissed the ring and they capitulated to all his demands. He said, I want a $230 million contract. I want this, I want that, and I want the third if you want me to come to Cleveland. So that's what you did. You didn't say, we want to bring in some more free agents to play with him. That's what. No, you're not fooling anybody. So it's just, come on now.
That whole situation, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, I'm not even going to go deeper into it right now because, listen, we don't have enough time for that. But
he said no time, y'all.
Another star quarterback that I want to get to is Kyler Murray. So I don't know if you saw this, Matt, but he had an explanation because if you remember, the Arizona Cardinals and him had this little spat over his contract, and he removed all the Cardinals pictures from his Instagram, like on some real petty stuff, right?
Like Julius.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, except he wasn't, avoiding his teammates and all that. But,
So what Kyler
Julius
said,
was avoiding his teammates?
he just sits away from him on the bench all the time.
That was a whole big thing.
Yeah.
Julius, I don't remember
Julius
that.
Randle, yeah.
Is he still doing that?
Sometimes. When he plays bad, yeah.
See, what I don't get is, why is he doing that? It doesn't really look good for if he wants to stay with the Knicks. It doesn't look good if he wants to be traded.
Ben, we could talk about the Knicks right now, but I want my blood pressure to remain
great.
Right, so.
In good standing.
All right, I'm sorry, Honorable. Mr. Honorable.
Your Honor.
No, that's the nickname. Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor.
Come on, Josh, please.
Your Honor. Low energy. Lion Merlot.
Oh my God!
Just Josh, please go on.
You guys know what Kyler Murray
Low
said
ratings
in response?
days.
No, I don't.
You know what he said in response?
No.
So he said, classic young person answer. I remove pictures from my Instagram all the time. And, sometimes I want to go dark. And you need to shut up too, Kyler. You guys are not fooling anybody.
Yeah, you're not slick.
You're not slick.
Yeah,
so
you're not. Yeah, you can't just delete everything and then.
But he got deleted. That's different.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll get into a lot more NFL next week, but March Madness came back yesterday, and we had some big time upsets and a result that you're going to be happy about, Ben. So,
Absolutely. And I want to say,
go ahead.
If Duke, if you're thinking of a team as like a stock right now, like if you're thinking of it as like a stock to invest in, Duke is a stock that is ready to explode. I think they're going to go all the way. I think they're going to make it past the Elite Eight. They're going to get to the Final Four. They're going to make it to the championship game, and they're going to win it all.
Man, Coach K better get that seat ready for him.
Yeah.
That recliner, he better get it ready because they're going home. They're going home.
Right.
Oh, to who?
No, they're going
To
home.
who?
To who?
They'll beat Arkansas.
I think they're losing
the
Houston.
Final Four. Yeah.
They're not losing to Houston.
They're losing.
You think
Come on.
when you think of basketball programs and excellence and greatness, does Houston come out?
Be
Does Houston
careful
come
because
out?
they're playing real good ball right now.
Look at the only person that's carrying Duke right now, though.
Banchero.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. I wish the Knicks could get him.
You're putting you're literally putting your team. He's literally putting his team on the back. So one bad night, he doesn't produce. They're going home.
You know what? I'll say this, Ben. So when Duke lost to North Carolina in Coach K's final game at home, I wrote them completely off. Like, they're done. We saw right there how they're going to perform under pressure. I'm like, that's it. So we wrote them off, and then they lost the tournament, the ACC tournament.
Yep.
So I'm like, no, this team's not doing it.
It's like Virginia Tech or something.
Yeah, they're not doing a damn thing. But what we're seeing now is the pressure's off now. They had their lowest moment. You don't get any lower than losing Coach K's final game at home.
Yeah.
So I feel like with all the pressure that comes in March Madness, they're playing pressure free.
Absolutely.
We saw it. I expected them to get beat by Michigan State. I thought they'd lose yesterday to Texas Tech, but
they keep surviving because Duke is about, at the end of the day, Duke basketball is about excellence and pushing through, and that's why it's like when you bring up Houston, it's like when you think of historic college basketball programs, you thinking of Houston? Or are you thinking of Duke basketball?
You're right about that, but we're talking about this tournament right now.
But
we got a whole bunch
it's
of
that excellence that is instilled in the players' minds of
It's the culture. I get what you're saying.
It's the culture. It's the culture of Duke basketball. It's like the Yankees, even though I hate the Yankees. But Duke is like the Yankees of college basketball.
To kind of close out the show, I want to go over the games tonight. But Matt, you got something?
You can go over that. I got a final thought for the end. You go over yours.
Okay, so tonight we got St. Peter's versus Purdue. Listen, in my heart, if I pick with my heart, right, St. Peter's winning it all.
Oh,
they have so
literally,
much swagger.
I'm with you, Josh.
They took the complete identity of their coach, and they're just showing it on the court, but Purdue is going to, Jaden Ivey and them's going to.
Yeah, they're about to crush them. I'm sorry.
Handle business. You got Kansas and Providence. I think Kansas gets it done.
Yep.
UNC UCLA is really interesting.
UNC. I got UNC on that one.
I also got UNC, even though I'm a Duke fan, but I got UNC winning tonight.
And then don't sleep on Miami of Florida versus Iowa State. I think they get it done in their final. I think. Elite Eight bound.
Miami.
Yeah, I got Miami.
Yeah.
I got Miami.
Okay. So my final thought to close out the show is Davonte Adams, newest Raiders receiver. I hate saying that. He's apparently looking to cash in on an expensive promise that a Raiders player made to him to recruit him. You saw this?
I saw it, yeah.
So the Raiders quarterback, is the reason I'm not saying his name, the Raiders quarterback said, I'll buy him a car if he comes and plays with me, whatever I got to do. And Davonte Adams said, so I've been feeling very Ferrari-ish lately. And my response to that is, Davonte, you have a car, his name is Derek, and he's your quarterback. Boom.
Me, my final thought: Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. They're probably going to be the fastest wide receiver duo, but they don't have a quarterback that can throw to them. Thank you.
I was going to say, don't sleep on Tua.
No, I'm sleeping on them. There is going to be another. It's going to be another Baker Mayfield, Odell Beckham Jr. kind of moment. So,
all right, Ben, real quick, final word.
Duke winning it all. Easy.
Okay.
Easy money.
Okay.
Short and succinct. I like that.
Nice.
We will call it a day, and we will call it a week on WHPC Sports Talk. From Ben Oppenheimer, Gina Halstead, Matt Leonard, I am Joshua Umahi saying good evening. We'll see you next week.